All right, everyone, big news from GoPro. They've just dropped a major announcement that's really going to shake things up for creators, the brand new Mission 1 series. And let me tell you, this is a huge leap forward, moving way beyond the hero line we all know into something, well, something much, much more powerful. So let's dive right in and figure out what this new lineup is all about.
And you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, listen to this. GoPro's founder and CEO, Nicholas Woodman, he's not mincing words here, calling it the pinnacle of performance for compact cinema cameras. That tells you everything you need to know. This is not just another yearly update. Nope. This is a total rethink, and they are aiming squarely at the professional crowd. And that, of course, brings us to the elephant in the room, the big question that I know is on every GoPro user's mind right now. Is this the end of the hero? You know, it's probably too early to say for sure, but what's crystal clear is that this new series is a massive paradigm shift. It's built for a whole different type of creator, and really understanding why is the key here.
So what's driving this massive change? Well, it all comes down to what they're calling the new power core. We're talking about a completely new sensor and a new processor that just fundamentally change what these little cameras can do. Okay, so at the heart of this whole Mission 1 series, there are two massive innovations. First up, a huge 50-megapixel 1-inch sensor. Now, if you've ever been frustrated with those grainy, noisy, low-light shots from older action cams, this is the answer to your prayers. It just means so much more light gets in, which gives you dramatically better image quality. And secondly, there's the brand new super efficient GP3 processor. Think of it as the engine that makes all these incredible new features possible. And this number right here, this really illustrates the real-world impact. 14. That's the number of stops of dynamic range this new sensor can capture. Now, in simple terms, dynamic range is just the camera's ability to see all the details in the darkest shadows and the brightest highlights of a scene at the same time. And trust me, 14 stops is a huge, huge deal for pro-level work. It gives you incredible flexibility when you're color grading and editing your footage. Okay, so let's get to the main event, right? The cameras themselves. The new Mission 1 lineup has 3 different models, and each one is kind of tailored for a different kind of creator. So let's break them down so you can figure out which one is the right one for you. This chart pretty much lays it all out. As you can see, all 3 models share that same incredible 50-megapixel 1-inch sensor, which is awesome. The real differences start to pop up when you look at performance. The base Mission 1 gives you a really impressive 8K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 120. But if you step up to the Mission 1 Pro or the Pro ILS, you unlock a mind-blowing 8K at 60 frames per second and 4K at 240, which is just insane for epic slow-motion shots. So let's start with the flagship, the big dog, the Mission 1 Pro. Just think of this one as the all-in-one, no-compromises powerhouse. It's got the absolute top-tier specs, including that 8K 60 video, an incredible 960 frames per second slow-mo mode, and a fixed lens. This is for the creator who needs the absolute best performance, but still in that classic, rugged GoPro body. And then we have the Mission 1 Pro ILS. Now that ILS stands for Interchangeable Lens System, and folks, this is the real game changer. For years, we've all been locked into those fixed wide-angle lenses on action cameras. The ILS just shatters that limitation. It takes the same powerful core as the Pro model, but adds a micro 4/3 mount. That means you can now attach professional telephoto lenses, macro lenses, zoom lenses, giving you complete cinematic control in a tiny, tough-as-nails package. Of course, all this new power and performance, it needs a serious battery to keep it all going. So GoPro has introduced the new Enduro 2 battery system, and the performance gains are, well, they're seriously impressive. They've really addressed one of the biggest headaches for any creator out there in the field. I mean, just look at these numbers. Over 5 hours of continuous recording at 1080p, and over 3 hours at 4K. For most of us, that translates to all-day shooting on a single charge. No more fumbling around with battery swaps right in the middle of getting that perfect shot. It's a huge quality of life improvement. And the good news doesn't stop there. The new battery can fast charge, and it handles extreme weather, hot or cold, way better. But here's the detail that I absolutely love, and it's a fantastic nod to longtime users. GoPro made the new Enduro 2 backward compatible with the Hero 13 Black. And you can even use your old Hero 13 batteries in the new Mission 1 series. Just a really, really thoughtful touch. So, with all of that laid out, we finally come to the real question, right? Is the Mission 1 series your next upgrade?
Let's try and boil all this down to help you make the right call for you. Okay, here's a super simple way to think about it. If you're an all-rounder upgrading from an older hero and you want that incredible new sensor, but you don't necessarily need the absolute highest frame rates, the Mission 1 is perfect for you. Now, if you're a power user who demands the best of the best, the highest resolutions, the craziest slow motion, then the Mission 1 Pro is the obvious flagship choice. And finally, if you're a filmmaker who values creative control and flexibility above all else, then the Mission 1 Pro ILS and its interchangeable lens system, well, that's going to open up a whole new world for you. So at the end of the day, the Mission 1 series puts true, legitimate cinema-grade power into a camera that can go anywhere and survive pretty much anything. GoPro has finally delivered the tools that pro creators have been asking for years. So really, the only question left is, what are you going to create with it?